each side by side, otherwise three wide. Smith throws it to the outside on a bubble to the right. Kelsey trying to get right. He's at the 30, open field. He's at the 40. He's at midfield. They're get one more block. Kelsey can go. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Kansas City, an 80-yard bubble screen for a touchdown.
That was an 80-yard touchdown for Travis Kelce back in 2016. He has at least 100 yards receiving in 5 of his last 9 games against the Broncos, certainly hoping for another one here on Sunday Night Football. Hey everybody, and welcome into our game preview this week presented by Crown Royal. My name is Matt McMullen, and this week we're joined by Jeff Chadiha from NFL Network. He's covering the game for NFL Network this weekend. Jeff, what's up, man?
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Doing great. Chiefs won 4 straight games going into the bye week, and now we've got the home stretch here. It's finally here. 4 divisional matchups in our last 6 games, and it kicks off in primetime on Sunday Night Football, so certainly looking forward to this one. And Jeff, looking at this game, the strength of the Broncos all year long has really been their defense, right? I mean, look at last week against the Chargers, played really well against a good Chargers offense and Justin Herbert. And then overall on the season, this is the number 3 scoring defense in the NFL, kind of quietly. For the Chiefs offensively on Sunday night, how can they find success against these guys?
Well, you look at what Denver has done well as far as winning games, period. They play complementary football. They've been able to get a good run game going with that defense. The big thing that you have to do against that defense is, one, take care of the football. You know, I think they have some pretty good players in their secondary, starting with rookie corner, Patrick Surtain. You saw what he did last week against the Chargers with 2 interceptions, one that came in the end zone, another one ended up being a 70-yard touchdown return. And look, they probably got one of the top secondaries in the NFL. You look at what they have up front. They've always been pretty good with their pass rush. Their head coach, Vic Fangio, is a defensive mastermind. He knows how to mix up his blitzes and create all kinds of problems. So 1, take care of the football. And 2, do what you've been doing, which is basically understanding that teams aren't going to give you a lot of big plays. But if you take what they give you and you run the football, you take advantage of guys like Darrell Williams and Clyde Edwards-Helaire and some secondary receivers like DeMarcus Robinson and Byron Pringle, those plays will be there. So I think that's the start. Just do what you've been doing.
Yeah, we've been seeing that during this winning streak. I mean, the offense has done enough to get the job done in every case. There was games like the Raiders where they exploded offensively, and it was awesome. But even against the Cowboys just a few weeks ago, scored 16 points in the first 3 possessions, and the defense held on to that lead. So complementary football has really been the key during this winning streak. And I'll talk about the Chiefs' defense here in a moment. But looking at the Broncos' defense, is there a specific matchup you're watching in this game between the Chiefs offense and the Broncos defense?
Well, I do wonder how they're going to use Patrick Surtain in a game like this, because Big Fangio can be very creative, and we know that Travis Kelce has seen corners cover him before. The Raiders did it. Buffalo Bills did it with Trey Davis-White back when they played back in week 4, week 5 of the season. So it would not surprise me to see Patrick Surtain matching up with Travis Kelce, just because he's such a big guy. I was able to see the Broncos in training camp. We've been around him a couple games this year, and he is as big as they say. I mean, he's legitimately 6'2", 6'3", about 205, 210. He's got great speed. So usually you're seeing guys who are much smarter than Travis Kelce match up with him, and he's not the same size as Kelce, but certainly in terms of, he's probably the biggest corner Kelce will see this year. And again, he's had a pretty good year, so it wouldn't surprise me to see him taking on Kelce from time to time.
Yeah, he's been impressive. It makes me feel old. I remember Patrick Surtain Sr. on the Chiefs not too long ago, and here his son is in the AFC West. But he's been impressive. Hopefully the Chiefs can avoid him on Sunday Night Football. Last question for you, and I mentioned the Chiefs defense a bit earlier. As good as the Broncos defense has been this season, the Chiefs have been better over the last 4 weeks. The Chiefs have allowed 11.8 points per game in their last 4 games. That's second best in the NFL behind only New England. They've been playing really good football at every single level. They're going to face the Broncos offense here on Sunday, led by Teddy Bridgewater. He's had a pretty nice season so far, always near the top of the league in completion percentage. The underneath passing game is always kind of Teddy Bridgewater's bread and butter. How can the Chiefs slow down this Broncos offense on Sunday?
I'll be ready for the running game. Javonte Williams is a really good rookie running back. Melvin Gordon, I don't know if he's going to play where he's at. I know he's been banged up the last couple of weeks, but when Denver's been playing well, going back to when they beat Dallas, when they beat the Chargers, they've run the football effectively. They've got a good offensive line, and you're right, they're not an explosive team. And so in a lot of ways, they fit the bill of what the Chiefs have been seeing during this stretch when they've been playing really good defense. A lot of teams haven't come in with great explosiveness. And so if they're able to defend the underneath stuff and stop the running game, they should be able to control Teddy Bridgewater. This is, again, having seen him a couple times, this is not the most inspiring offense you can watch in the NFL. There's a lot to be desired there in terms of they have talent. Don't get me wrong. They have plenty of guys who are really good players, but scheme-wise, they do play very conservatively. And as long as the Chiefs keep doing what they've been doing on that side of the football, biggest move they made was moving Chris Jones back inside and playing him more on the interior more because you're seeing the kind of disruptiveness he can create. When you got a short passing game and you got a guy getting in your quarterback's face all the time, that's hard to keep drives moving and scoring points.
Yeah, Melvin Ingram as well coming over from Pittsburgh. He's been awesome along with the defensive line, creating pass rush over the last 3 games that he's been in Kansas City. So hopefully that can continue here against the Broncos. This Broncos squad is a challenge. They're playing pretty good football right now, but I think it's also worth mentioning that the Chiefs always seem to play their best football in the month of December in the home stretch. Since Coach Reid took over in 2013, the Chiefs are 27-9 in the month of December. That's the best record in the NFL. So this team always seems to be firing on all cylinders when they need to in the home stretch of the season. Hopefully they can keep that going here this year as they seek a 6th straight AFC West crown. Jeff, awesome stuff, man. Really appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you, man.